London's Metropolitan Police have now launched a probe into a number of parties held at 10 Downing Street during the UK's lockdown. Now, that has put new pressure on embattled British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. These latest allegations include a birthday party for Johnson in June of 2020 in the cabinet room. He is facing pressure to resign over the breach of his own government's COVID protocols. Joining us now to talk more about this from London is CBC's Thomas Daig. So, Thomas, what are the police investigating exactly? What's the focus here?
The Commissioner of London's Metropolitan Police has said that they're going to be looking at what appear to be the most egregious examples of rule breaking, not just at 10 Downing Street, but also in other government offices near Parliament here. She has not said how many parties and gatherings they're looking at. She's just said there are a number of them. Now, we know that for weeks now, a senior civil servant here in London, Sue Gray, has been looking into these lockdown rule-breaking parties, and reportedly there are as many as 17 involving the government and the Prime Minister that she's looking into. So it's not clear if police will be looking at all 17, and it's unusual for police here to be retroactively investigating lockdown rule breaking, but according to the police commissioner today, this investigation only began after information was passed to police from that inquiry being carried out by the civil service. Here's a bit more of the police commissioner speaking to MPs today.
I can confirm that the Met is now investigating a number of events that took place at Downing Street and Whitehall in the last 2 years in relation to potential breaches of COVID-19 regulations.
So, Thomas, at this stage, do we have any indication when that report into the Downing Street parties is expected?
Earlier today, I would have said as early as tomorrow, maybe. Now it seems like it could maybe be this week or not be this week. It depends who you are listening to. The challenge here is that Sue Gray, the senior civil servant who is leading that inquiry, she does not speak to the media. She doesn't do interviews. She doesn't put out press releases. So you have to kind of read the tea leaves. If you listen to the spokesman for Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the suggestion is that some of the recommendations or findings from that report may not be released this week while the police investigation is ongoing. It's also buying some time to the Prime Minister and his cabinet ministers to not comment on those parties, including the one in June 2020 now being reported where Boris Johnson apparently attended a birthday party for himself at 10 Downing Street. Here is the Prime Minister briefly speaking earlier today about this.
I welcome the Met's decision to conduct its own investigation because I believe this will help to give the public the clarity it needs and help to draw a line under matters.
For weeks now, members of the government and Boris Johnson's supporters in government have been pointing to Sue Gray's investigation as a reason not to comment on those parties, those lockdown rule-breaking gatherings. It seems now they may be turning to the police investigation as more cover. This may actually, in a funny way, give Boris Johnson more time and perhaps give the government an opportunity to change the focus of the public on other crises, such as the situation between Ukraine and Russia. Natasha.
Okay, we'll be watching. CBC's Thomas Daig in London. Thank you, Thomas.